Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a grid out of poster board for one of your lights. I have this light behind me right here, and hopefully by the end of the video you won't be able to see the light source directly because it'll be covered up by the grid, which is the goal. So it doesn't cast such a wide beam pattern, it'll be a lot more focused. Let's get started. Well, I guess I don't need this or any of this. Now let's figure out what you guys do need for this project. First, you need a cutting board. You need an X-Acto knife for cutting the poster board. If you don't have that, use a pair of scissors. You need a tape measure so you can measure the light so you know how big to make your grid. You need a pen or pencil. You will also need a measuring utensil, and then last but not least, you need the poster board. After you've measured your light to figure out what dimensions you want to make the grid to and figure out how deep you want it to go, I'm going to have 2-inch deep, and my light is 22 by 22 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this poster board, which is 22 by 28. So I'm going to use the width so I don't have to cut those sides. Let's get this stupid sticker out of the way. Oh, I hate stickers. They don't come off right. Somebody has a trick. Teach me, please. The light might change because it might be dark by the time I get these stupid stickers off. What I'm going to do is take my yardstick. Don't beat people with these, it's fun though. The way I'm going to cut it, I'm going to take this and put it on this straight edge here, measure out every inch. Now you're going to rotate it the long way, at least for this particular instance, and mark every 2 inches. You don't have to mark every inch this time. Now what you're going to do is just draw all of these lines out on both sides. If you had a square instead of a yardstick, you could just do it on one side, line up the square to the edge of this, and then draw the line. But I had to mark both sides. The lines should look like this. 1 inch on one side and 2 inch on the other. After you're done measuring all of the grids and you have everything drawn out on your poster board, now it's time to start cutting. I'm going to use this straight edge. So I'm going to grab my blade here and I'm going to cut the first 2-inch strip off. See how that goes. Do my first cut. And that did not cut it. So you got to put a lot more pressure on it apparently. There's our first strip. Now we got to do 27 more. It's ridiculous. Smart tip, use the new blade. I'm using an old blade. It actually has some rust on it. Yeah, it's not new. So try using a new one and it'll probably cut way smoother than this. My amazing wife found me a better knife to use. So now that you got your strips cut out, these inside lines are on here, is so you know where to cut into the middle. So when you link them together this way, you don't overcut. So now when you start building these, you're gonna have to force it a little bit because there is some thickness to the card. It's not a piece of paper, so it's a little bit thicker. Pinch together. And now you got the start of the grid. So after you cut all of these slots out, then you can start assembling the whole grid. do is you spread both of these out a little bit, put them together, and do that all the way across. First, I get it started on there. On each spot, just kind of ready to be attached. So right now I got it started. You can see that it's on there but not all the way down. So then you start to wiggle it down on each spot. Make sure it's lined up with the other axis hole or slit. Just kind of go do a couple passes. So now I just added one more. I have 5 more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'll have the thing assembled. So I'm just patting it down, trying to get all of the edges in there as nicely as I can. And voila. I now have a grid. So the nice thing about this design, now that I got it finished, is that you can collapse it down and fold it. So it's flat, so you can transport it this way. And then when you need to use it, you can pull these 2 corners, and boom. Now you got a grid. Yeah, it's actually a squarish looking. The better you cut, the more easy this will be to put together. Measure, cut square, cut straight. So right now, I got the grid just kind of propped up in the light right here. This is the light I made it for. And you can actually see that it's cutting out some light. The way this light works with the reflective barn doors, it's bouncing light here and going this way. The cast of the light is really, really wide. I think theoretically it's 180 degrees, but with the barn doors it could even be more than that. So by adding this grid in here, it can cut light out and help focus the light. So I'll turn the light towards the camera and demonstrate to you guys how it works with and without the grid in the light. Let's try that. All right guys, now if you look at this light, it's crazy bright over here. You can't even see my hand. If I turn the light, turn the light, it's cutting light. And now, I mean, it's not blasting you. Here's the same light, same settings on the camera without the grid. And you can see, you can't even see the bulb, but you can see the reflection on the reflector. So, I mean, yeah, you can move that out of the way so it doesn't light this direction and this one this way. But, I mean, isn't that the point of barn doors? To be able to control the light, like, to subtract the light, not add the light? I'm bad at this.